She said the code and then went completely silent. I knew, right then, someone was listening. I'm standing in my kitchen, phone pressed to my ear, staring at nothing. My daughter Emily never calls me like this, not anymore, not since she got married and slowly disappeared from my life. But tonight, her voice is tight, controlled, like she's choosing every word carefully. And then she says it, the exact phrase we created 37 years ago, our emergency code, the one that means she's in danger and can't say it out loud. My chest tightens, because that code doesn't just mean fear. It means she's being watched. Everything's fine, Dad, she adds quickly, but it doesn't sound like her. It sounds rehearsed, forced. Then I hear something in the background, a man's voice, calm, close, and Emily suddenly goes quiet, like she just realized she made a mistake. Emily? I say, low, steady. You still there? There's a pause, not long, but long enough. Then she comes back, her tone different now, lighter, careful. Yeah, sorry, I just dropped something. Dropped something? My grip tightens around the phone. Emily doesn't fumble her words. She builds cases for a living, every sentence, precise, intentional. But right now, she's slipping, adjusting, covering. And whoever that man is, he's still there. I don't say the code back. I don't ask questions. If she's being watched, the worst thing I can do is make it obvious I understand. So I play along. All right, I say casually, just wanted to hear your voice. Another pause. Then she exhales quiet, almost shaky. Yeah, I'll call you later, okay? Later. No time, no explanation, just a way out. Before I can respond, the line goes dead. I lower the phone slowly, staring at the screen. Call ended, but something's wrong. Emily didn't just ask for help. She warned me. And the way she said that code, it wasn't panic. It was calculated. Like she'd been waiting for the exact moment to say it without getting caught. I moved toward the door, already grabbing my keys. Because I've heard that code before. And the last time I did, someone ended up hurt. As I step outside, my phone vibrates again. A new message. Not from Emily. Unknown number. I open it. Don't come here. Before we continue with this video, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for updates. I don't turn around. If anything, I press harder on the gas. Because that message, that's not a warning, it's confirmation. Whoever's with Emily knows I'm involved now. And they don't want me anywhere near her. Good. That means I'm already too close. The road to her house feels longer than it should. Every red light drags. Every second stretches. And my mind keeps replaying her voice tight, controlled, wrong. Emily used to talk fast when she was nervous. Always had. But tonight, she was slowing herself down, editing. Like every word had to pass through someone else's permission. I gripped the wheel tighter. That's not just fear. That's control. And I've seen that before. Years ago, cases where victims didn't even realize they were being watched every second until they slipped, until they said one thing they weren't supposed to. Like a code. I pull onto her street and immediately slow down. Something feels off. Too quiet. Her house sits halfway down the block, lights on, but the curtains are drawn tighter than usual. No movement, no shadows crossing the windows. Normal on the surface, but empty underneath. I don't pull into the driveway. Instead, I keep going, circle the block, and park 2 houses down. Old habits. I step out, closing the door gently, scanning everything. No neighbors outside, no cars passing, just stillness. And then I see it. Emily's car, parked in the driveway. Passenger door slightly open, not wide, just enough to notice if you're looking for it. My chest tightens as I walk toward it, slow, careful. Every step feels louder than it should. I reach the car and stop. No one inside, but something's wrong. Emily doesn't leave things half done. Not doors, not details, not anything. I glance toward the house. Still nothing. Then I lean in and check the passenger seat. Empty. But the floor, something catches my eye. I crouch down, reaching under the seat. My fingers brush against it. A phone? Emily's phone. Not dropped, not lost, placed, deliberately. My pulse spikes as I pick it up. Screen still unlocked. There's a message open, unsent. My eyes scan it quickly. Dad, if you hear the code, it means he's using my accounts. I didn't. It cuts off mid-sentence, like she ran out of time. Or someone walked in. I straighten slowly, heart pounding now. This isn't just about her being watched. This is bigger. Someone is using her, setting her up, and she knows it. A sudden wash of light floods over me. Headlights, too close. I turn, shielding my eyes, and a voice cuts through the dark behind me. Calm, controlled, too calm. You really shouldn't be here, Daniel. I don't flinch, but my grip tightens around Emily's phone. Because I know that voice. I turn slowly, and there he is. Victor Hale, standing a few feet away like he's been there the whole time. No rush, no panic, just watching me like this was expected. Victor, I say evenly, stepping away from the car. Where's Emily? He doesn't answer right away. Just tilts his head slightly, like he's measuring how much I already know. Inside, he says finally. She's resting. Resting. I glance at the house. Lights still on. Curtains still shut. Nothing about this feels like rest. She sounded scared. I push. That doesn't happen for no reason. Victor's expression doesn't change. If anything, it settles into something colder. She's under a lot of pressure lately, he says. Work. Deadlines. You know how she is. No. I know exactly how she is. And this isn't it. I lift the phone slightly. Then why is this in her car? For the first time, something flickers in his eyes. Gone almost instantly, but I saw it. He wasn't expecting that. She must have dropped it, he replies smoothly. No, I say, shaking my head. She doesn't drop things like that. Not her phone, not like this. Silence stretches between us. And then Victor exhales, slow, controlled. You really need to let this go, Daniel. There it is. Not concern. Not explanation. Dismissal. Like I'm the problem. Like I'm interfering. My jaw tightens. She called me. Use something we haven't used in decades. Victor's gaze sharpens slightly. I don't know what you think you heard, he says, voice lower now. But Emily's been confused lately. Confused. The word lands wrong. Too convenient. Too clean. She's made some mistakes, he continues. Serious ones. Financial. It's been weighing on her. My pulse spikes. Financial? My eyes drop to the phone in my hand, to that unfinished message. He's using my accounts. I didn't. This isn't pressure. This is a setup. I look back at Victor, something colder settling in my chest now. You're saying she's in trouble? I say, carefully. I'm saying, Victor replies, stepping a little closer, that when everything comes out, it's going to be difficult for her. Everything comes out. Not if, when. That's when I hear it. Faint at first, but unmistakable. Sirens, getting closer. Victor smiles. Small. Controlled. They're already on their way, he says quietly. And in that moment, it hits me. This isn't just happening. It's already been set in motion, and I'm too late to stop it. My phone vibrates in my pocket. I hesitate just for a second before pulling it out. A file is downloading. From Emily. Timestamp. Just minutes ago. The file name appears on the screen. My heart starts pounding before the file even finishes downloading. Because Emily doesn't do things halfway. If she sent this, she knew exactly how bad it was about to get. Victor watches me, calm as ever, but there's something sharper in his eyes now, not fear. Awareness. He knows I just got something. What is that? He asks casually. I don't answer. Instead, I step back slightly, unlocking my phone as the file completes. For a split second, I consider opening it right there. But the sirens, they're louder now. Too close. No time. No margin for mistakes. Victor takes another slow step forward. Daniel, he says, voice firmer now. You're making this worse. Worse? I let out a quiet breath, meeting his eyes. You mean harder to control? I reply. That lands. Barely, but enough. Because this time, he doesn't hide the shift. Emily's in trouble, he says, dropping the polished tone. And when the police get here, they're going to see exactly what she's done. Done? Not accused of. Done? I hold up her phone slightly. Funny, because this says otherwise. Victor's jaw tightens just a fraction. There are records, he continues, pressing forward like I didn't speak. Transactions, authorizations, all under her name, all leading back to her accounts. Each word is deliberate, practiced, built for someone else to hear. Not me. The sirens are right around the corner now. Red and blue lights start bleeding across the houses, flickering against the windows. Victor glances toward the street, and for the first time, there's urgency beneath the calm. This is your last chance, he says quietly. Walk away. Let it happen. Let it happen. Let Emily take the fall. Let the story he built become the truth. I feel the weight of the phone in my hand, the file sitting there, everything she couldn't say out loud, every second she risked to send it. I look back at Victor, and then, without breaking eye contact, I hit send, forwarding the entire file to someone I trust more than anyone still on the force. Victor's expression cracks. Not much, but enough. And just as the first police car screeches to a stop behind him, I say it, clear and steady. You picked the wrong day to use her. The officers step out of their cars, and Victor turns toward them, already shifting into a completely different version of himself. Everything happens fast after that, but every second feels sharp, exact. The officers move in, separating us immediately. One of them heads straight for Victor, already asking questions. Calm ones, routine ones. And Victor? He slips into it perfectly. Concerned husband, controlled tone, cooperative posture. My wife's been under a lot of stress, he says, gesturing toward the house. I think she may have done something she doesn't fully understand. He's building it right in front of him, laying the foundation, but this time, he's too late. My phone buzzes in my hand. A reply. 3 words from an old contact. I trust more than procedure. Got it. Moving. I exhale slowly, because now it's out of my hands. One of the officers approaches me. Sir, we're going to need you to step back. I nod, raising my hand slightly, stepping away. But my eyes stay locked on Victor. Still calm, still in control. For now, then everything shifts. Another vehicle pulls up unmarked. 2 men step out, not in uniform. They move with purpose, straight past the officers already on scene. Victor sees them, and for the first time, he hesitates. Just a fraction, but I catch it. One of the men speaks quietly to the officers, showing something on his phone. Then louder. We need him detained, now. Victor's composure fractures. What is this? He snaps, the calm slipping. You can't just... But they already are. Hands on him, turning him, cuffing him. And this time, there's no smooth recovery. No, this is a misunderstanding, he says quickly, voice tightening. My wife, she's the one you should be talking to. She. We've heard the recording. One of them cuts in. That stops him cold. Recording. Not accusation. Not suspicion. Proof. Victor's face drains. And just like that, the story he built collapses. They take him to the car, still talking, still trying to regain control, but it's gone now. Every word sounds thinner, desperate. I don't follow. I turn toward the house. The front door is open now. An officer stands inside, speaking softly to someone I can't see. Emily? I call out, stepping up to the doorway. There's a pause. Then movement. Slow. Careful. And she appears. She looks smaller somehow. Not physically, but like something's been pressing down on her for too long. Her eyes find mine instantly. And everything she's been holding in breaks. Dad, that's all it takes. I step inside, closing the distance, pulling her into me as she grips onto my shirt like she might fall apart if she lets go. I didn't know if you'd remember, she says, voice shaking against my shoulder. I hold her tighter. I never forgot, I tell her. Not the code. Not her. Not anything. The truth comes out quickly after that. The file Emily sent, every document, every timestamp, every recorded call, lays it all out clean. Victor had been using her access for months, moving money through accounts tied to her name, building a perfect trail that pointed straight at her. And when it was enough, he was going to let it all surface. Let her take the fall. The charges stack up: fast fraud, coercion, unlawful confinement. the kind you don't walk away from. Emily isn't untouched. Her firm suspends her at first. Investigations, questions, scrutiny. But the evidence holds. Every piece. And when it clears, so does her name. What doesn't clear is everything else. The silence she lived in, the control, the way she had to measure every word, even with me. Weeks later, she's sitting across from me in my kitchen again. Same place, same table, but nothing feels the same. There's no tension now, no careful pauses, no listening for footsteps. Just quiet, real quiet. She wraps her hands around a cup of coffee, staring at it for a moment before looking up at me. I almost didn't call, she says. I nod slowly. I know. She swallows, her voice softer now. I kept thinking, what if you didn't remember? What if I said it and it didn't mean anything anymore? I lean back slightly, holding her gaze. It always meant something, I tell her. It still does. A small breath leaves her like something finally letting go. And for the first time in years, there's no distance between us. No code, no fear. Just a father and his daughter, finally speaking freely again.